What is the name of the Creator? And why would you, as an individual, call it that name? You know, when I examine, there are so many people that call their gods different names. And but I say the Creator. There's a difference between the Creator and your God. You see, the Creator truly exists on its own without any help or assistance from no one. The Creator does not need you as a person to give it a name. The Creator stands by itself with its name. It represents its own name. It demonstrates its own name. It is the one infinite creator. So greetings, as I see you in the comments and I see you there, and as we speak about what is the name of the creator, you know, what is the name of the creator? For a name, for a name, yeah, it's just having a conversation and trying to relate, because where the people have been taught so many years about the gods of this world, and we have picked up the gods of this world and thinking, and the names of the gods of this world, and thinking that they are the names of the Creator, which is the existing one that exists before anything was created. And when we examine, everything, we know we have been calling, worshiping, talking about the names of gods instead of the name of the Creator. And these are things that we as a people must re-examine and leave behind what need to be left behind, and do what we need to do, not to worship no God, because the Creator itself does not need our worship, but the Creator need you as a person to come to the place knowing that the Creator will always provide the needs that you need, not for you to worship it, but for you to respect. And that's it. The Creator don't look for you to worship it, because the Creator wants you to come to the realization that you yourself are a creator in the earth of solutions, and you don't have to wait on nothing to do nothing. You just get up and do because there's something to be done. And this is what the Creator wants you to do as a person. Yeah, so this is what I am saying to you as a person. I just want you to know that this is what it's all about. I need to get my camera a little, get my things a little brighter. But this is what I am saying to you as a people, that you may comprehend what this is all about, you know? So this is what I am saying to you as a person. Yeah, so when it comes to we as a people, we just need to truly get to the place of knowing if we're going to call and say a name, not to worship it, but to just to know this would be a name, and this would be the name that the Creator would represent itself with, you know. I am channel, a vessel for the one infinite Creator. Worship is respect, is yes, we are the creators. Yes, we are the creators. And when you truly know that, to me there is nothing greater. To me there is nothing greater than knowing that you are the creator, because you would not sit around and wait for no man to do no to do nothing, but you as an individual should know by now that you are the creator of those solutions to your issues. So there's nothing else about it. Just to know that you are the creator. Nothing else to it. You know. Just to know that you are the creator. And this is what I am saying to you. Many people may say appreciate you. Like I said, many people said that I agree. Um, so many people will not comprehend, will not comprehend in the fullness. You know, people are looking and seeking for something to worship. You are not, and you should not be seeking for nothing to worship. You should be by now know that you yourself are that creator and that solution. But normally when a person get a name, give a name to something, you give it according to what that thing is. That's what you give a name. You give a name to something because that thing, it is actually whatever name that you give it, you give to it, you know. And for me, when people use the names of gods that men choose to worship and call it the name of the Creator, it is not the name of the Creator. Because when you really examine everything, you would see that the Creator itself, in its image, it is blackness. So if the Creator is image is blackness, then also the name should be what it is. But many of us does not want to accept this fact and this truth. So, and this is why I let people be what they ought to be. I am not here to ain't about no name to say to a name to worship, but it's a name for you to know truth. Okay? Remember, the name of the Creator is not about worshiping, but the name of the Creator is about for you as a person to know that name, just to able to identify when someone else will speak about the Creator and know when a person are disrespecting the Creator itself. Because many people disrespect the Creator by not acknowledge, acknowledging it, by not acknowledging it. The Creator itself, it's the image is blackness, and many people don't like to hear that fact, but it is truth. It is blackness. It is blackness. Tell me where can you as a person go and anything would be everywhere. Blackness is everywhere, you know. Like I told this young man the other day, I said to him, blackness is the highest, blackness is the widest, blackness is the deepest. So if blackness is truly the highest, the widest, the deepest, and blackness is everywhere at the same time, then who I am not to acknowledge that blackness is the image of the Creator? Who am I not to acknowledge that blackness is eternity? Who am I? I know we have been indoctrinated, but that don't change the facts and that don't change this truth. This truth is truth regardless of how you take it. And you must know that the image of the Creator is blackness, and the name also is blackness. And until we come to this conclusion that it is so, until then, it's a hard thing for us to be redeemed because we are walking in the duality mindset. We don't comprehend that the duality mindset is what keep us in this bondage today because we are in the balance. We want to be balanced, but there are no balance in the balance, you know. So this is what I am saying to you as a people and as a person. Learn to know the difference between gods, which is names of gods, and the name of the Creator. The name of the Creator is not about worshiping, you know. Whatever you're doing, it's not about worshiping nothing, but it's about learning the name just to acknowledge and show respect unto the name, which is blackness. And this is what it is. You have to come to the terms that it is what it is. It is existent. It is everywhere. There's nothing higher than it. There's nothing deeper than it. There's nothing wider than it. So what it is and why we cannot call it for what it is. Why? Why we cannot call it for what it is. And this is what I am saying to you as a people. We must learn to acknowledge that which is the Creator and not worshiping nothing. Remember, we was not put up on this earth to worship nothing. Let me say it again to you. We as man, whether female or male, was not put up on this earth to worship nothing. Remember that. Gods are created by man. And they are created to make and create slaves. Okay? This is why gods are created and made. See, where there is a God, there is devils, and these devils and these gods are seeking worship. Gods and devils, they all work together. You see it? Because the devils look towards the God. Okay? Look towards the God. And this, because you got to understand what the devils are. The devils are people. That's what the devils are. Let's be real. The devils are people. Gods are that which you imagine that is above you. That's what God is. Okay? That which you think is above you, that governs over you, that's what this and these gods are. Because I could make this tree my God. But the rules and laws I put in place to govern the situation, this is what make this God legit. Legit. And because I make it the way it is, which is to be above me and over me, legit, I make it legit, and because it's a God to me. But I don't make it God or make it the creator. No, it's a God to me. I could make anything, the rock, a God. But I am the one who have to take and deal with the laws and the rules and regulations to make it legit. Okay? I am not the one that, but that's what God does. Now, the devils are people because they execute and carry out that which the God commands them to do. The thing that they worship, you see what I'm saying? This is what it is. I need to recognize what is going on. Gods produce devils, okay? And these devils are the people that look towards that God. Yeah. Look at what I'm saying to you. These devils are them that look towards that God. Because you know that God, it's the thing that you worship. Now the thing that you worship make you go out and preach or minister that which you have learned, that which you have been indoctrinated with. Now, because you are indoctrinated with this language or this word, you go out seeking whom you may devour, which is to install fear in them that they may come unto your God and do worship. Okay? Now, did you go out and do harm to a person as to say how we will look at harm today? No. But you did harm because you put fear in that man, and because you put fear in that man, and that man came to you to worship your God. You see it? Come to worship your God. And because they worship your God, now they become a victim of your system. Now they become a victim of your system. And this is why I'm saying what I'm saying to you, that you may comprehend that worshiping a God is not something that you as a person want to do, because it truly hinders you and it continues to hinder you. You need to just learn that you are the one that can and will always create solutions to your issues. Nothing else to it. There's nothing else to it. Just stop the worshiping of gods and know the Creator, and that Creator, one of them is you. You that accept the creator that exists, and you now become the creator of your solutions to your issues in your life. There's nothing greater for me than to see a people that create solutions to issues that are at hand. I love when I meet people that are truly creators. I love it. I love when I meet people who doesn't wait for rules and regulations, but they go out and do what they need to do to make sure things happen in the way it ought to. You know, nothing for me is greater than that. You know, so let us continue to be what we ought to be. Let us continue to stay grounded, knowing that the body will develop and we can walk as the spiritual being and person that you are to walk. Remember, meditation should be a way of life. It shouldn't be work. It shouldn't be stressful, but it should be something that you does in your life daily. Meditation is to really put yourself at rest. Meditation is not a work. You know, your body, your fluids climbing up the chakras shouldn't be work. It shouldn't be something that rituals or some kind of religion. No, it should be a natural thing because it is a natural thing for your fluids to climb the chakras. It's a natural thing. You know, I tell people all the time, it's a natural thing for your body, for your fluids to climb up the chakras, which is climb up the spine. You see, many religious ways and religious people will try to create an imaginary chart of the chakras, starting from the first chakra all the way up to the seventh chakra, which is the crown chakra. So I'm saying, and they will create an imaginary chart. You don't need no imaginary chart dealing with your chakras. All what you need to do is to have fluid retention, which is to stop ejaculating yourself for no reason. Stop ejaculating yourself for no, stop playing with yourself for no reason. That's what you need to stop doing. Okay, stop releasing your sperm cells for no reason. And your body will do what it needs to do. And it will illuminate your pineal gland. You know, I heard about many people who lose their wisdom tooth. You need to stop pulling out your wisdom teeth. You need to stop pulling them out. You know, you need to stop. It's simple. Just get some salt water, which is, if you got some seawater, and goggle your mouth every day until your wisdom teeth truly grows out and be what it ought to be. Your wisdom teeth is connected with your pineal gland. Okay? Your wisdom tooth is connected to your nervous system. Okay? It is connected, it's truly connected. Okay? This is when you are fully illuminated. It's a part of that. Your wisdom tooth is a part of it. You speak about the wisdom tooth. It's not just named wisdom tooth just to be named wisdom tooth. Remember, let your natural things grow in the way they are to grow. Okay? Stop allowing these people to pull out your wisdom tooth. Okay? Stop allowing these people to pull your wisdom tooth out. You know, stop it. Stop it. And this is what I'm saying to you. You know, when it comes to the economical circumstances that is going on today in the United States of America, you know, as you look at the economical situation that is going on in America today, and all the distractions that the people are not paying attention to, you know, because when I examine everything and look at everything, because I'm not no fool, I pay attention to everything. I want you to know and understand that the dollar as we know it will no longer be in the position that it used to be. Okay. I want you to examine and pay attention to this, because the dollar will not buy as much as it used to buy. It will not value as it used to value. Okay. It will not value as it used to value. And this is what I am saying to you. You need to pay attention and don't be distracted by all this chaos that they are creating within the Americas. Because the government system are fully aware that the dollar is going down to the ground. The value of the dollar will not be as it used to be. They are aware of that. So this is why you see them coming and they're pushing the immigration policies in the way they are pushing it. Because to be truthful, to have a country that they see within a year and a year and a half, 2 years, to go to a place of the money will not value as much, it will not have the buying power, and they already have the highest rate of homelessness in the world, in the earth to date. America have the most highest homeless as a developed nation in the world, the most highest in the world, and the most highest prison in the world. Let's calculate and let's comprehend. United States have the most highest homelessness upon earth to date, without any wars that exist within their borders. The most homeless and the most displaced upon earth to date that don't have as a stable country. Not that they have it. And the most in prison. Isn't it weird? Eh? And they are aware that within 2 years, their dollar will go down to their lowest point. They are aware of that. So this is why the immigration status are pushing so hard to make sure that the people who they don't want to be a part of this down downtrodden and downcast, they would put them out of their place, because the dollar will not value as saying a buying power in the way it does. It will not. And that's what you need to realize. The dollar will not value in the way that it ought to be. Remember, knowing about you are spiritual, you need to know what is going on within your community so you can able to solve your issues. And I want you to know this, that the dollar will not be in the way that it ought to be within a year and a half, a year to 2 years. Because next year, let me tell you what's going on here. This year, this year, going into next year, they will create 2 trillion more dollars worth of debt. That will include nothing concerning whatever else they're going to add to it. But normally and naturally, they will create $2 trillion worth of debt to maintain and sustain their debt that they already owe. That's what they have to do. Okay? They will maintain, they would literally create $2 trillion worth of debt. And how this work? This $2 trillion worth of debt have to be bought from someone, not only the feds, but also other countries have to buy this debt. Now, we know that right now at this time, all these countries have no confidence in the United States to uphold their part of the bargain, that which is to buy their debt, and this money they spend on this debt, that this money will grow and have a return to it, because it's no longer safe, because we know that they have taken over $900 billion from Russia at the time when they did it. And then they went into Venezuela, and they took that man, which is the president of Venezuela, and they brought him to the United States just because they want to take their 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 oil and their stuff. Now they not only take their oil, but they also take their money. Okay, they also take their money, because remember, Venezuela used to also buy these bonds, these debt that United States have created. See, this is what they're not telling you. Venezuela had gold. They have taken it because Britain hold the gold, okay, that as a safe place, and United States have received that gold already. Understand? So all this give people who normally buy the debt of the United States no confidence in buying this debt. But now, second thing, they have a different option, because there was only one highway to do finance, like trading to countries. There was only one highway, and that was through New York, which is the United States. But United States have used that as a weapon, and because of that reason, this become toxic for every nation, because America use it and put sanctions on people, destroy people's economy, and willfully and maliciously done it. And upon that, people no longer have confidence in that highway. So what? China, Russia, India, and Brazil and South Africa have created a new highway that half of the world can literally trade on without any kind of consequence to them or to their countries. And it is a more attractive way of trading and sending money and receiving money, because they have made it so attractive that even to ensure that these people come and start trading on this highway, they even ensure any form of seizure. So the ensure seizure showing them that guess what happened? We will not seize your money. We will not bind up your money. So they even ensure seizure. So coming from, so any country that decides they're going to seize someone else's money, the insurance will pay them back the money and with interest for seizure. And this is why the United States is fully aware that the dollar will go down. And this is what you need to realize. Okay? So I just want you to know that the dollar will go down. And when you know this, because you are a person that comprehend and know that no God, nowhere gonna come and save you, you need to know these information. The dollar will go down. You cannot stop it. It's um, it's something that cannot be stopped. Why? Because when you comprehend that Japan is the biggest stake out of United States, Japan is the biggest, one of the biggest stakeholder at I think $1.5 trillion America had bought American debt. Okay? Now, China was the second largest buyer of the United States debt. China will no longer buy that debt. China right now is dumping the currency of the United States, so they don't have to trade with the United States dollar as the result. So they would not get and would not receive no kind of benefit from this trading. Okay, and China is actually dumping that. Now, the third place who had the currencies was Saudi Arabia. They bought a lot of the United States dollars. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, all these countries have literally decided we are no longer will buy the United States dollar. So next year, no one will buy that dollar. So what they will do, they will inflate, they will print money, and then the currency will just go down, 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 down. The value of the currency will just go down. Just printing money, they're on that path. They can't stop it because they have disrespected people. You cannot be a bully. You cannot, listen to me, you cannot be a bully to people. And there's the one who's saving your economy. There's the one who's buying your economy. You know, imagine you is the one that taking my debt, funding and taking my debt, buying my debt because I created it. Okay? And I'm going to be a bully to you because you have military power. My money that I spend with you is the one that make you have the military power that you have. Because your military power is supposed to protect me because that's a part of the deal. That if I buy your debt, that you will protect me from any external enemy. Okay? But then you use that as a leverage because I don't have this, okay, military power, but I volunteered not to have it, okay. Now, it to me it's best for me to just get my own military power and be what I'm supposed to be and let you do what you do. So that is what going on. Everybody are pulling back because they are no longer trusting. There is no trust in the American dollar, and this is what's really going on. And this is why when Donald Trump are saying that the dollar will now no longer be the reserve currency of the earth, it is truth. He's telling the truth. But many people are not taking him serious. The currency, he's aware that the currency cannot stop from going down. The dollar will go down. And he's telling the truth. And when he say what he says, you might take him jokingly, but when he tell you the dollar will no longer be the reserve currency of the earth, he already see the writing on the wall. The dollar is going down. Right now today, the dollar is at I think it's 53%. So it's like if it go below 50%, we know it's already gone. But it within the year it moved from 78 within this year. That's how fast it's moving. It moved from 78% all the way down to 53% right now. So you know it moving like lightning. It moving like never moved before. So it might happen before the year and a half. You're gonna crash. It will crumble. It will fall. So I'm saying to you, just be careful. You know, just be careful and know that you need to make sure you have food. You need to make sure you have food and learn to preserve food because food will be your currency. Remember, you are the creator of your solutions to your issues because the money will not have no value. Food will keep its value if you store it. If you have storage for food, it will keep its value. Food will be your currency. Food will go, understand? Food will keep its value. You see everybody trying to get gold and silver, go into food. If you can preserve food and save food, do that. Because everybody need food. I don't care who you are. They will need food. Okay? I don't care who they are and what they are. They will need food. At the end of the day, they will need food. So you need to get some land and plant some food. Start planting some food that you know that can last. Plant food. Plant organic food and good food that you know people will buy and can sustain within a space that it could last up to a year or two. Food that could last that kind of length without putting some kind of, preservative on it. Their food can last that kind of time without preservative. Okay, their foods can. It's how you preserve them. So, what you should do is plant food, prepare food, get food ready for next year and the year after because it can be very expensive. Very expensive. You can't buy food. You could save all the money you want to save. That money ain't worth nothing. Food is what gonna value. Okay? Food is what gonna value. So when you have food, that will give you money. Okay? When everybody trying to get gold and silver and this and that and da 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 da, listen to me. Plant food. Find a place you could plant food. Find a place you could get food together. Find a place that you could plant food and find a place you could get food together. There are many people who want to get into real estate and stuff like that. If you can and you have the money to buy them, buy them. Because the value wouldn't. What I'm saying to you, the money itself, the dollar, will no longer be the reserve currency of the earth. When it's no longer the reserve currency of the earth, it would be the value, the buying power that the dollar had will be no good. Because what you can buy 10 years ago, you don't have that buying power. You don't have that buying power, and that's what you need to realize. Yes, you will. Okay. So just concentrate because everybody talking about buying up gold, buying up silver, and how they The market is flowing back and forth because right now the government is trying to buy up all the silver because of their because everything that deal with nuclear weapons and the fighter jets and the solar panels and solar this and solar that and all the nuclear weapons and stuff like bombs and all the bombs. It's about silver. These things are not going to return. These things need to be replenished. Silver will be, when they buy silver, silver is something that will go out and not return to them. Gold are set in volts to calculate the as money, and that's what gold will is the standard of. But silver are used for weapon. Silver is not going to return to them, so it is a greater demand for silver, and this is why silver they are playing with the silver because they need the silver, so they try to keep the price low, and the price will fluctuate up and down. And this is what I'm saying to you. So you need to don't worry about no silver, don't worry about that. What you need to do is concentrate on getting some land and see if you can plant food. Plant foods and crops that you know it can last for up to six a year, up to a year, 2 years. Stuff like for example, like watermelon. If you get watermelon, good watermelon, and you could store it up to 6 months, 7 months in a dry place, in a place that you know, you know, pumpkin, you can like squash, potatoes, yams. Those things can last up to a year. So if you plant this year, you'll have enough food for next year, and you could plant this crop again for next year. So you have abundance of food and organic food also. So people, when they don't have the money to buy food, when the money does not have that buying power, you have that food to sustain yourself. Okay? That's what you need to try to do. Deal with food because food would become money. Stop worrying about the dollar and the money. Worry about food. Concentrate on food. Okay? Because that money will not have the buying power. You need to concentrate on food. You need to be the planter of food. You need to be the planter of food, and you need to start now. Because this thing is real. Do we comprehend what I'm saying to you? This thing is real. Okay? This thing is real. This thing is real. And this is what I'm saying to you, people. Yep. This thing is real. And this is what I'm saying. So make sure whatever you do, make sure whatever you do, make sure you plant food. Make sure you plant food. Okay? Whatever you do, make sure you plant food. And let's like, subscribe to the channel and share as you got a chance to share. Yes, you will. When? When what? Is all we have darkness, Yeah, so I just want to let you know that make sure that you as a person plant food. This year, starting this year, start to practice, start to plant food, start to get into food, find a place to plant food and store food because next year the value of the currency, the buying power will no longer be in the way you ought to. You are, remember now, you are a creator of solutions to issues that are at hand. So when you go into the supermarkets next year, I'm telling you, you're already feeling it, you're already seeing it. The buying power is no longer as it used to be. So I'm saying to you, make sure that you buy food. You maintain food. This is what you do. This is what you do as a people. Make sure of that. Please, I'm asking you to go out, find a place, find some land, make it your business to plant food because food in abundance, in storage, not food that's gonna spoil in 2 days, food that's gonna last for say, I say 8 months, for 6 months. So you know, if I plant food and it comes within 3 months, so 3 months, right? And this food, you know that if you pick it, it will last. Naturally, it will last for 6 months. What you do, you plant and you keep your space that it could come in 3 months and it could last for 6 months. And you continue to plant. So your food become your money. Your food become your cash. Preserve your money in food. Okay? Plant so the value of the food don't go down, the value of the food go up. Once you have a reserve and a reserve for it. Storage is the key. So let us do that. So, so what is the name that you call the creator? Go back to the topic and stick to the topic. What is the name that you call the creator? Let me hear you in the comment. Let me see you in the comment. What is that name? What is that name that you call the creator? Eh? What is the name of the creator that you call the creator? What is that name that you called the creator? Drop it in the comments and let's go forward. Mm, mm, yeah. What is that name? Let me tell you. You see behind me, you see above me, you see all over me. Around me, I see blackness. Blackness is everywhere. Mingled with light and it become dark. It is blackness, you see. And this is what it is. Many don't want to acknowledge the blackness, but it is blackness. Can't help it. Can't stop it. As we look around, as I'm under the dark clouds, the sky, the deep blackness, as I look up and I look around everywhere, it is blackness. You cannot help the blackness. Blackness just appear. Isn't it amazing how blackness could just appear? You know, it's just there. It is there. So why would I call it something different? It's all we have. So what we talked about earlier. Da da ba da da.